G'day folks, this is Dragon. This is one of my citrus trees I've got planted around my place. It's a bush lemon. And it's got quite a heavy crop on it. It always has been a very heavy crop, except during the wet season a few years ago, where the rain, unseasonable rain, wreaked havoc on the flower buds, washing the flowers out, destroying the flowers. And this is what the flowers look like. Alright, they haven't opened yet. We've got some new growth on here, just there, and we've still got a heavy crop of lemons on here which has got to be picked off. I've got a friend coming up soon, lives down the mountain in a very wet area, and they can't grow citrus trees down there. Citrus trees as a rule don't like very wet ground. Yes, it's got to have a certain amount of moisture to sustain the tree, but if it's too wet, they don't like it. And in fact, in some cases, it will actually kill the tree. It was a concern of mine about 2010, 2011, when we had unseasonable heavy rains and flooding in this area. The cropping on these trees was very, very poor because the soil was absolutely saturated, and of course the rain greatly affected the flowering of the tree. Heavy rain destroying the flowers, and you sometimes get rain that will actually wash the pollen out of the flowers. So it was a very poor crop. Now this is typical. I'll just pull it off the tree. What I also found was too that in very wet conditions, and indeed it happened to all my citrus trees, is that in very wet conditions the fruit will go mouldy on the tree. So it's virtually useless to you. And indeed that's what happened to all my citrus trees 2010, 2011. Very wet here, and we virtually lost the whole crop. Now, lemons themselves are very useful. Can be used for a variety of purposes, but what I have done in the past is also dried them and vacuum sealed them. And of course they can be used for a variety of uses. Good source of vitamin C. They can also be used for cleaning. I remember reading somewhere the other day lemon juice, and I think it was, I can't remember what sort of powder it was. Very good for cleaning certain types of metal, particularly copper and that sort of stuff. So this is one of my trees, one of my citrus trees. I've got another lemon over the other side of the yard. It's a younger tree, and but this one here is very, very drought tolerant. During the peak of the drought, still kept producing fruit and flowers. So that's the sort of thing I'm looking for at my place. Something that's drought tolerant, and because water is an issue here, and because it's a mature tree now, frost doesn't seem to bother it too much. It depends on the level of depth of frost too. I've seen one friend's place about an hour's drive north of here. The depth of frost, very heavy frost out there, where he's had frost up on his roof line of his house. So you know, depth of frost is another thing to consider too with vulnerable fruit trees. Alright folks, just hoping a friend comes up soon and picks these lemons off, so that the tree can give more support to the new crop coming on. Alright, thanks for watching.